For the last 3 years, everyone has been building AI application using exactly the same architecture. PDFs, chunking, embedding, vector database, Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or simply RAG. But what if I told you Google recently introduced something that makes us rethink this entire workflow? This is called Open Knowledge Format. And despite what some headlines say, it doesn't replace RAG, it fixes something RAG was never designed to solve. Large language models cannot memorize your company's document, so we store them somewhere else. We break document into chunks, convert each chunk into an embedding, store those embeddings inside a vector database. When someone asks a question, we search for similar chunks. This works surprisingly well until it doesn't. RAG treats every document like a bag of text. It has no idea that an invoice belongs to an order, or that employee belongs to a department, or that one business rule overrides another. Relationship disappear, structure disappears, context disappears. Sometimes the model pieces everything together correctly, sometimes it doesn't. Instead of storing knowledge as giant PDFs, Google proposes storing knowledge as structured markdown files. Every concept gets its own document. Relationships are explicit, metadata is explicit, business rules are explicit. No chunking required. Your AI simply opens the correct file. At this point, you might be wondering, this idea sounds great, but who is going to write hundreds or even thousands of these markdown knowledge files? In a real company, that's simply not practical. Fortunately, this is exactly the problem that projects like OKF Generator are trying to solve. Instead of manually creating an open knowledge format repository, OKF Generator analyzes your existing source code, understands its structures, extracts relationships between components, builds a knowledge graph, and automatically generates an OKF repository. Think of it as a bridge between your code base and your AI assistant. Your application already contains valuable knowledge about APIs, models, services, dependencies, and business logic. The generator organizes that knowledge into a structured format that AI agents can navigate much more effectively than raw source code or randomly chunked documentations. This is what makes OK practical for real engineering teams. As your application evolves, your structured knowledge repository can evolve with it. Now that we know how an OK repository can actually be created, let's compare this approach with a traditional retrieval augmented generation and see where each one fits. Notice something interesting. There is no semantic search, no nearest neighbor search, no vector similarity. The knowledge is already organized. This is where many articles become misleading. Google never said OK replaces vector databases. Imagine searching millions of Jira tickets or thousands of customer emails. There is no single correct markdown file. That's exactly where the semantic search is still the best solution. The future is not OKF versus RAG, it's OKF plus RAG plus MCP. OKF provides structured knowledge, RAG discovers information, MCP performs actions. Together, they create agents that are faster, smarter, and much more reliable. Let me run this command to generate an OK bundle from this sample project. Now you can see that folders such as dependencies and others have been created. Each folder contains an index.md file, making it easier for AI agents to navigate the repository. You can even visualize the repository as an interactive HTML graph with entities and relationships created automatically. Notice that I didn't manually create any of the files. The OKF generator analyzed the project, extracted the relationships, and automatically generated this structured knowledge repository. The agent doesn't need embeddings here. This repository is now much easier for an AI agent to navigate than thousands of lines of raw source code. RAG is not going away. Vector databases are not obsolete. Google simply recognized something we have ignored for years. Not all knowledge needs to be searched. Sometimes it just needs to be organized, and that's exactly what Open Knowledge Format is trying to solve. If you are interested in AI engineering, MCP, Agentic AI, RAG, Graph RAG, and modern system design, subscribe to my channel.
Hey everyone! If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to me!